Good afternoon. I'm Isabelle Falconier, Geneva Press Club Director. Good afternoon, dear representatives of the press, dear attendees, both here in the Geneva International Conference Center, and welcome to those following online as well. Welcome to this FIATA annual HQ meeting press conference. We're very glad to collaborate with FIATA for this important coming week. A few days ago, Geneva Press Club hosted a conference talk with FIATA Director Stéphane and Swiss Ambassador to the WTO, Erwin Bollinger. An important discussion that clearly highlighted the importance of FIATA experience, expertise, and irreplaceable role in the complex and changing issues that the international community and especially international trade is facing. Today, our speakers are FIATA President, Mr. Turgut Erkeskin, FIATA Director General, Stéphane, Mrs. Ambassador Hoisi Temu from the Permanent Mission of the United Republic of Tanzania to the United Nations Office and other international organizations in Geneva. And last but not least, His Excellency and former Vice President of Paraguay, Mr. Luis Alberto Castiglioni, guest of honor as well of FIATA 2025 HQ annual meeting. We'll start with FIATA President, Mr. Turgut Erkeskin. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. FIATA has its headquarters in Geneva. Why is it important?
Well, thank you very much. First of all, FIATA is the International Federation of the Forwarders Associations as well as the individual companies, and we are the global leader in the freight forwarding and logistics sector. We are shaping the industry's future through advocacy, innovation, and collaboration. Being headquartered in Geneva, FIATA is at the heart of the trade and transport cluster of Geneva that brings together major transport companies as well as organizations. Organizations like IATA, International Air Transport Associations, IRU, International Road Transport Union. These are trade bodies, but there are also companies like MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company. And as a member of United Nations Economic and Social Council, FIATA collaborates closely with the United Nations different bodies. Particularly, we are cooperating with UNECE, United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. We are cooperating with UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, and UNEP, you all know, is the important body which is related to the environmental program. Not only with these bodies, but we are also working with organizations like World Trade Organization, World Customs Organization, and World Economic Forum. Through these cooperations with different entities, we ensure that the global logistics policies align with industry needs. And we are cementing at the same time Geneva's position to be a global hub for the transport and logistics policy making. So our being in Geneva is also reinforcing the standing of the logistics industry in the country and in the city. So I think it is for the advantage of both sides that FIATA really enjoys being in Geneva. FIATA works together with the international organizations that are domiciled in this city. As well, we are believing that we are empowering Geneva's position to be the hub for logistics policy making in the region. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And of course, Geneva enjoys also having FIATA here. Tell us, what are some of the key priorities and key focuses of FIATA today?
Well, we have many subjects I have to mention. The logistics industry is developing a lot, and we are facing lots of challenges, lots of disruptions all around the world in different shapes, different types. But our main focuses are on enhancing multimodal transport networks. Today, it is very important that we combine different modes of transport to deliver efficient and effective solutions to the trade, to the supply chains in the world. We also prioritize the improving trade facilitation in all around the world. Our members in different countries are helping governments for betterment of the economies and logistics in their countries, and we are also exchanging some knowledges in between them, so that we are learning from best practices in different parts of the world. And obviously, because of the changing dynamics, we are very much keen on driving the digital transformation in logistics. There are lots of gains we can get out of digitalization, and we are helping our members to come to the level of the digital developments in the world. So we are placing a great emphasis on building resilience in global supply chains, fostering collaboration among the stakeholders. Innovation is the central of the activities of FIATA and our mission, especially the digital transformation of the logistics industry. So we are also playing a key role in the development of talent. Together with our institute, FLI, we are trying to develop the talent in our industry, because every day the rules and the models and the legislations are changing. We need to be up to date. We need to be improving our capacities in our companies. Therefore, we give great importance for the talent development. We cooperate with different organizations as well. One of them is an initiative under the name of Global Supply Chain Challenge that FIATA is now working together to develop the talent in our industry.
Thank you. And why is this year's meeting so important? What are the hot topics?
Right. Well, actually, all our events are important, but obviously, every year the importance are increasing, because the demand for the logistics services are increasing in all around the world, especially when there are disruptions. However, this time, you are right, there's a big importance of this event. The event logo this year is Interconnecting Logistics. I think the name itself is already representing the content of our event this year. So there are more than 250 attendees from 51 territories from all around the world, and we are going to engage in almost 24 hours in total meeting time with the participants. We are going to discuss, again, within our priorities, we are going to address the major issues of multimodal transport logistics in all around the world. We are going to discuss about the corridors, transport corridors in the world. We are going to discuss about the modern air freight logistics, the future of the air logistics, the relations between the airlines and the logistics companies, as well as their clients, the shippers. We are going to discuss about the cyber resilience. We will be also working on the implementing the WCO's Shenzhen Action Plan on AEO programs, sorry. And we will be again discussing the leveraging the regional free trade agreements, and obviously EFBL, the document that FIATA introduces for multimodal transport document, which is a digitized document right now. We are going to discuss how we can make use of the digital FIATA bill of lading in the logistics ecosystem, supply chains, and the payment systems as well. So, last but not least, we will be discussing about the insurance, which is very much important to safeguard the interest of both the logistics service providers as well as the shippers, as regards to the risks that they are exposed to during the travel of the goods from the origin till the destination. So, yeah, I can summarize like this, our main topics to be discussed.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. FIATA President. I now turn myself towards FIATA Director General, Stéphane Graber. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
FIATA seems to be launching a serious regionalization agenda, multiplying its initiatives at regional level. Is it just a sign of members focusing on their own areas, or is it also a sign that in today's day and age, logistics is becoming more regional than it was maybe previously?
Thank you very much. I think it's a very interesting question that we also discussed a little bit last week during our meeting with the ambassador to the Swiss ambassador to the WTO, Mr. Bollinger. And this morning, during the opening ceremony of this meeting, we heard the expert from McKinsey explaining among the trends that our industry and the trade is facing is the regionalization. And we are observing these trends towards more regionalization with an emphasis on regionalization that reflects both a strategic focus on empowering regional structures to address local needs and the evolving nature of global logistics, which also increased the requirements for tailored region-specific solution, while at the same time maintaining harmonized approach. And I think that's also what is important. FIATA needs to adapt to this trend, stay close to its member, it's very key, but also maintain the benefit of a global organization by connecting regional blocks and facilitating the exchange of best practices between regional boundaries. Our industry, freight forwarding, logistic industry, is a global industry. We work beyond all borders and beyond all the regional blocks. So it's really important that we have this dialogue between the regions to be able to bring the expertise of FIATA to the region and help solve also and address certain challenges and exploring solutions at the regional level, but maintaining an harmonization and also a global approach of the activity, because we are global by definition. It's also a great opportunity for networking with the regional freight forwarding community, because one of the particularities of FIATA is to allow members, business professionals in logistics to be connected with their counterpart that they can trust on all the places in the world in order to be able to perform their activity. And finally, sharing also industry insight and strategy that will allow our industry to navigate a dynamic landscape, not to say a disrupted one, and the uncertainty that exists today on the market. So there is this necessity to bring the experience and understanding of global logistics into each region. And I think being in the city where we also have the headquarters of WTO, we have the Director General of WTO that is regularly addressing the question of reglobalization, and reglobalization meaning moving globalization better so that we reverse a little bit the trend to regionalism and to a bigger fragmentation of the trade. I think it's also a way to contribute to this reglobalization and to a better dialogue between region and global. And that's really where FIATA is a bridge between the region and this more regional focus. And I would like here also to highlight, because we have today, I think, a very innovative setup for this press conference. In fact, among the value of FIATA, the President talked about innovation. Innovation is one of our value, but we have also inclusion and collaboration. And I think that's really what we see today. FIATA is an inclusive organization. It's a global organization where every our member, every region has its place and is participating to global logistics. And today I'm really, really happy to have with us the ambassador of the Republic of Tanzania, Hoistemu, that is coming here and will talk a little bit about our field meeting that will be organized for the region of Africa, Middle East in Zanzibar between the 30th of April and 1st of May. I'm also very happy to have here another region that is the South America region that is represented here by His Excellency Luis Alberto Castiglioni from Paraguay, that represents another region that is very active, that sees a big development in logistics, with Paraguay being at the heart of the Bioceanic Corridor, a very important project for logistics and for linking Pacific and Atlantic side of the South American continent. And we will have our regional Americas meeting in Brazil. Brazil is next and close to Paraguay on this Bioceanic Corridor, so we will be able to continue this discussion with them. And we will have also two more meetings, which is the Region Europe meeting that will be this year in Prague, and we will host there also a meeting of our working group road, because there are a lot of discussion about decarbonization of road transport, about shortage of drivers, about issue how we can organize more efficient and safe road transportation. And we will have a last one that is in fact earlier in 21st and 24th of May in Delhi for the region Asia Pacific, where we will discuss also regional and global issues. And I wouldn't be complete if I would not mention our FIATA World Congress that will bring then all our region, all of us together in Vietnam, and we will there discuss about sustainability, green economy, and I know we will discuss maybe after about blue economy, because Tanzania is very much looking to push and promote blue economy. So that is the richness of FIATA. It's the work that logisticians can do to create a better globalization and a connected logistic world.
Thank you very much, Mr. Director General Stéphane Grabert. We have now the pleasure and honor to welcome Mrs. Ambassador Haise Temu, representative of the permanent mission of the United Republic of Tanzania to the UN. Good afternoon to you, Mrs. Ambassador.
Good afternoon to you. I don't know if I can be here.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Just,
good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me here. Thank you, Stéphane.
Tanzania will host the FIATA field meeting in Zanzibar. What makes this event very significant for the region?
First of all, allow me to really, again, repeat by thanking the FIATA and the team for thinking and choosing Tanzania, the United Republic of Tanzania, as a place to hold this very important meeting. We really thank you on behalf of the United Republic of Tanzania government and the Ambassador of Tanzania here in Geneva, Dr. Abdallah Posi. We are two ambassadors. So he is the ambassador and PR and the ambassador and DPR. We really thank you, and we are so excited. And I'm happy to have the president of TAFA here from Tanzania and the colleagues. Really shows that the commitment of Tanzania towards this very important meeting and importance of FIATA in the world logistics. FIATA region, Africa and the Middle East field meeting in Zanzibar is a pivotal moment and event that highlights Tanzania's role as a key logistic hub in Africa. It provides an important platform for industry leaders, policymakers, and investors to discuss solutions to regional trade and transport challenges. The presence of the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Madam Samia Suluhu Hassan, to this very event underscores the government's strong commitment to strengthening the logistics sector and fostering international investments. Mr. President, you will agree with me that the event will also showcase Tanzania's ongoing infrastructure development. I'm sure you will see what has been done for the past 10 years, especially after the death of the former president. And our president, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, took over as a vice president to president, and she picked up the infrastructure buildings and other things that she did not leave anything behind. And she is rushing to ensure that every corner of the world, every corner of the country reaches what was planned before the death of the president. And we are seeing important things like a railway, standard railway gauge that is really expanding to the regions. So I'm sure this is a moment that I believe we will see more, and you will be pleased to see what is happening in the country. This will include the port expansions and the railway modernization, which are designed to enhance regional connectivity and support trade for landlocked nations such as Zambia, Rwanda, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah, thank you. And Mrs. Ambassador, how does Tanzania's logistics sector contribute to economic growth and international trade?
Thank you, Stephanie. Tanzania's strategic location along the Indian Ocean makes it a critical trade gateway for Africa, facilitating the movement of goods within the region and beyond. The transport and storage sector contributes significantly to the country's economy, accounting to 7.8% of the GDP and the ranking Tanzania's fifth largest economic sector. Recent improvements in logistic efficiency have enhanced the country's standing on the World Bank's Logistic Performance Index, making Tanzania a more attractive destination for trade and investment. With major investments in infrastructure such as standard gauge railway and port modernization projects, the government aims to improve efficiency, reduce transport costs, and further integrate Tanzania into global supply chains.
And what role does the blue economy play in Tanzania logistics and trade strategy?
Wow, you should allow me to, you should stop me when I have to stop, because the blue economy is the talk of the town, is the biggest topic back home, and especially in Tanzania overall, but in Zanzibar. The blue economy is the main thing. So allow me to first to give you a background, like how does this blue economy works, like how do you call it, the partners around it. Around the United Republic of Tanzania, the blue economy under the transport sector has a number of players, and we have like many ministries responsible for transport, maritime, regulatory authorities, ports authority, shipping lines, shipping owners, maritime institutions, clearing, and freight forwarders. To date, more than 80% of global trade by volume and more than 70% of global trade by value are transported by sea. Cognizant of the strategic position, United Republic of Tanzania has planned to be the hub of gateway of Eastern Africa and Southern transport corridors by linking the hinterland and the sea. So I wanted to give you the background, but now let me take you on the blue economy, the pivotal role of blue economy in Tanzania. The Tanzania National Blue Economy Policy 2025 is key pillar to the country's economic strategies, focusing on the sustainable utilization of marine and water-based resources. This policy aims to enhance multiple sectors, including tourism, infrastructure, and environmental conservation to support the long-term economic growth. One of its core objectives is to promote sustainable coastal and marine tourism while ensuring biodiversity protection. Tanzania is prioritizing the modernization of its ports and shipping infrastructure to improve trade and transport efficiency, reinforcing its position as a regional logistic hub. Protecting marine ecosystem is also a crucial aspect of the policy, ensuring that the country's rich ocean resources continue to support livelihoods and economic activities for generations to come. And let me wrap up on this by telling you how now the Tanzania Ports Authority in Tanzania, it has rose apparently through Tanzania Ports Authority 8.2 million tons in 2023 to 8.9 million tons in 2024. The following are some of the projects which have been embarked by United Republic of Tanzania to capitalize in blue economy transportation. I have many, but I'll mention two for the sake of time. One is modernization of the Dar es Salaam, Malindi, Fumba, Tanga, and Mtwara ports to cater for the demand of the international shipping industry, as well as rehabilitate the inland water ports in lakes Tanganyika, Victoria, and Nyasa. Construction of new ports, Bagamoyo, Maruhubi, Mangwa, Pwani, Kizimkazi, Mkoani, Shumba, and Wete. And I want to believe that when you're in Zanzibar at the event, please, I will request FIATA President and your team to ensure you take the team to these areas, the Maruhubi, Manga, Pwani, Kizimkazi, Mkoani, and Shumba, to see what exactly is happening on the ground. Lots of things to see.
Thank you. You mentioned, Mr. Ambassador, you mentioned that the President of Tanzania will be attending the FIATA Rame field meeting. What are your expectations from the government during this important event?
It is an exciting moment for Tanzania. It is an exciting moment for the government of Tanzania through the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Madam Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan. She is indeed looking forward, and I just received a message from the TAFA President this morning that it is confirmed, and we are looking forward to meet her there, and you're all welcome. Before I close this, I want to again welcome you to Zanzibar. They call it Spice Island. Yeah. So what the expectation from the government, I listened a little bit from the president of FIATA, Mr. Turgut, on the issue of innovation. Our president is fond of innovation. Is fond of innovation. She wants to see things taking place and empowering capacity building to the people, and as she's expanding the infrastructure from the ports to railway, then the innovation should also be taken place. And on your discussions, on your meetings, then try to include those things, digital support and innovation to the country development. The President's attendance at the FIATA RAIM field meeting demonstrates the Tanzania's government's strong commitment to strengthening the logistics sector and its broader role in international trade. This presents a key opportunity for the government to outline its strategic vision for logistic infrastructure and trade facilitation in Tanzania. It is expected that the government will reaffirm its support for ongoing and future investments in transport infrastructure, regulatory reforms, and digitalization to enhance efficiency in the supply chain. Additionally, the event provides the platform to engage the industry stakeholders and international investors, fostering partnerships that will drive economic growth and regional connectivity. The commitment from the highest level of leadership signals Tanzania's ambition to become the major logistics powerhouse in Africa. And with this, I thank you so much. Now I say karibuni. In Tanzania, karibuni is bienvenue, welcome in Tanzania. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ambassador. Thank you for your welcome. And we have now the pleasure and honor to welcome His Excellency and former Vice President of Paraguay, Mr. Luis Alberto Castiglioni, who is also a guest of honor FIATA annual HQ meeting and is a translator. Sir, welcome. Thank you for being with us today. How do you see the evolution of trade in your region?
Bueno, en los últimos años el comercio ha evaluado enormemente en la región a través de un acuerdo entre 4 países fundadores, Brasil, Argentina, Paraguay y Uruguay, llamado Mercado Común del Sur, Mercosur.
Well, trade in the region has been increasingly in the last years because of a trade agreement that has been signed by four countries that is called Mercosur. Trade agreement of the south. Between Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina.
Ahora se está uniendo Bolivia.
And now Bolivia is also joining.
El Mercosur se propone la unión aduanera y se propone desarrollar un amplio espacio de casi 300 millones de consumidores de libre comercio.
Mercosur is aim of getting together about 300 million people in the four markets.
Sí. Y ha avanzado con un proceso muy intensivo de integración física, integración en infraestructura.
Yes, and it has put a lot of emphasis in the physical infrastructure that has joined all these countries.
Queremos integrar no solamente a los países, sino a las regiones de los países.
We not only want to integrate people, but also the regions inside each country.
Regiones de los países que ya interactúen con otras regiones de otros países, convirtiendo a las fronteras en fronteras virtuales.
Is actually what we want to is interconnect regions in order to have interconnect
Borders,
borders,
virtual
borders.
El Mercosur ha firmado un acuerdo con la Unión Europea.
Mercosur has signed an agreement with the European Union.
Queremos que en este año entre en ejecución ese acuerdo.
Yes, it has been signed, and we're hopefully that this year it will get into place.
Es una enorme oportunidad para Europa
It's a really big opportunity for Europe
en el ámbito de alimentos,
in the food,
en el ámbito de energía renovable,
renewable energy,
mercado de maquinarias y automotores.
machine and auto parts industry.
Y también es una enorme oportunidad para Mercosur para colocando sus productos en Europa.
And on the other hand, it's also a very good opportunity for Mercosur to also put their products in the European markets.
Eso es hacia el Atlántico.
That's facing the Atlantic.
Pero ahora hemos mirado hacia el lejano oriente.
But now we are also looking at the Far East.
Y para mirar al lejano oriente hemos decidido construir un corredor bioceánico entre el Atlántico y el Pacífico.
But in order to look for the Far East, we have decided to build a bioceanic corridor project that will link both oceans, Pacific and Atlantic.
Comienza sobre el Atlántico en el puerto de Santos, Brasil, y termina en Chile, en Antofagasta y en Iquique.
Okay, we'll start in the Pacific, in Brazil.
No, in Atlantic.
In the Atlantic, sorry, in Brazil, in the.
It's finished in Chile.
And it will finish in the Pacific in Chile, in Antofagasta port and Iquique port.
Paraguay is in the center. It's a key.
Yes, and Paraguay is in the middle. It's a key because it has to pass through there.
Y su compromiso es tanto que impulsa e invierte para la concreción del corredor.
And it really, Paraguay is so engaged in this project that it has put a lot of money and budget on it.
Este proyecto nos va a hacer explorar y llegar a los mercados del lejano oriente ahorrando hasta 3 semanas de tiempo, lo cual va a dar a toda la región una gran competitividad.
Yes, actually, with this project, we are going to save almost 3 weeks time, and it's going to have a lot of open a lot of opportunities for the region.
Y al mismo tiempo nos va a permitir cadenas de valor intrarregional.
And would also allow us to create supply chains between the regions.
Es una enorme oportunidad donde se van a crear a lo largo del corredor parques industriales, zonas libres de comercio, centros logísticos. Es una enorme oportunidad para todos los investidores y es una oportunidad para todos los socios de FIATA.
Okay, well, as you have seen, he's very excited with the idea. This is a great opportunity in order to create economic exclusive zones, industry parks, and in general, it's a way of attracting investors to the zone.
Creemos que a los próximos años va a cambiar mucho la dinámica comercial de toda la región de Brasil, Paraguay, Argentina y Chile, mirando hacia el Pacífico.
We truly believe that with this proposal, with this project, we are going to shape and change the whole dynamic of how we do trade in the region.
As you've just said, you are one of the leaders promoting this bioscenic corridor where Paraguay is central. Would you have more reasons to tell us why this corridor is so important? Is there maybe a way to compare it to the Panama Canal?
La revista británica The Economist,
Yes, the British magazine The Economist,
it's very famous in all the world, fue a investigar sobre este proyecto a mi país, al Brasil, a la Argentina y a Chile.
actually they went to the place. They went to Chile, Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina to see the project.
Y publicaron en una edición especial
And they made a special edition
en donde titularon Un nuevo canal de Panamá en Sudamérica.
and actually they made a special edition that called A New Panama Canal Channel, but in the south.
Creo que tienen un poco de miedo mis compatriotas panameños.
Yes, I think that might put a little bit afraid my dear colleagues from Panama.
Yeah.
Pero vamos a colaborar juntos.
But the idea is to work close together. That's the idea.
Este corredor va a ser un nuevo canal de Panamá, va a ser el canal de Paraguay.
But this new corridor is going to be the new Paraguay channel.
Y va a ahorrar tiempo y costo. Según la revista The Economies, los costos de transporte de bienes y mercancías hacia el lejano oriente pueden llegar inclusive, dependiendo del producto, hasta el 40%.
Okay. This will bring save time and also money. It will lower cost. Actually, the economies, their average approximation is that this will low down 40% of the cost.
Eso nos va a dar a toda la región una enorme capacidad y competitividad.
That will give to the region a lot of competition opportunities.
Nuestros productos van a ser muy competitivos para llegar a mercados lejanos.
Yes, because actually our products are going to be more competitive in order to go on a longer.
Y va a promover muchas inversiones en la región.
And will promote a lot of inversions in the region.
Y va a promover la creación de muchas cadenas de valor.
And it is also going to promote a lot of trade change.
Thank you, sir. And what do you expect from your participation at this annual FIATA HQ meeting this week here in Geneva?
FIATA es una organización que tiene una enorme experiencia en todo lo que sea gestión de transporte, gestión de facilitación de comercio.
Okay, FIATA has a very important knowledge in everything that is related to innovation, experience, and trade facilitation.
Y de transporte.
And transport.
Toda la experiencia de FIATA en la gestión de corredores.
All the experience of FIATA in the management of corridors.
En la gestión de los puntos de frontera.
In the frontier, in the frontiers point.
Centros de frontera.
Yes, in the frontier centers.
Toda la experiencia de FIATA en cómo hacer que este sea un corredor, que los corredores puedan ser tubos muy eficientes en donde rápidamente se desplacen los transportes.
The experience of FIATA is going to be very important in order to make a very fluid channel in this project.
Y al mismo tiempo explorar con FIATA posibilidades de financiación de organismos que puedan actuar en este corredor.
And also to explore the possibility of investments of some organizations that might be interested in investing in this project.
Yo espero que en esta conferencia de 2025 de FIATA pueda yo llevar mucho, aprender de todo esto, pero al mismo tiempo lograr provocar y promover un interés de FIATA para que FIATA vaya a ser parte de la cooperación para que eso sea un gran corredor útil para el comercio mundial.
Okay, I trust that in my participation in FIATA 2025 to gain a lot of knowledge that I will bring back, but at the same time, I want FIATA to be interested in investing and involving itself in this project.
Inclusive puedo facilitar a que FIATA pueda tener reuniones con las autoridades gubernamentales de mi país para involucrarse en este proyecto.
Actually, I'm available in order to connect the authorities of my country and FIATA authorities in order to look forward on the participation in this project.
Es una oportunidad para todos.
It's an opportunity for everybody.
Thank you very much, Sir, Your Excellency Luis Alberto Castiglioni. We now open a few minutes session of Q&A for those in the room as well as those following us online before the conclusion words. So please raise your hand and I'll hand to you the microphone. Do we have any questions or comments here in the room for our panelists?
Possibly, although having bad hearing, I got only 1/4 of what was being said. When there was an international agreement for the Dardanelles, for access to the Black Sea, we were going more or less, I think it was a period of reduction of tension. And when the same was applied to the Suez Canal, possibly, I'm not a historian, it was also a proper time for declaring open circulation for all. What about today when China and America are willing to wage a war along the Panama Canal? So do you think that shifting it to Paraguay will fix the problem?
Voy a intervenir, voy a hacer una respuesta un poco política.
I'm going to make a little politic answer.
En este momento, el Canal de Panamá está siendo objeto de un tratamiento muy politizado por la gran potencia mundial.
Yes, at this moment the Panama Channel is being treated in a very strategic political way by the main power.
Lo cual lamento mucho.
That I'm very sad about that situation.
Porque esa es una herramienta para el progreso mundial.
Because actually that's an instrument for global growth.
Espero que puedan solucionarse rápido esos problemas.
I really hope that this situation can be solved as soon as possible.
El corredor de Paraguay, Brasil, Argentina y Chile no se politiza.
Okay, this project, this corridor of Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Argentina is not a subject of politicization.
Solamente las conversaciones son de integración.
The only conversations are about integration,
integrar regiones,
integrating regions,
construir cadenas de valor,
building a global chain, global value chains,
construir infraestructura,
building infrastructures,
aplicar tecnologías nuevas,
apply new technologies,
hacer que el comercio regional crezca,
the idea is to really put trade in growth, regional trade in growth.
Y todo esto sin ninguna discusión política ni ideológica.
And all this without any political or ideological discussion.
Como tiene que ser si queremos desarrollar las regiones.
As it should be if we really want to develop our regions.
Can I just add maybe a few words?
Yes, please,
Yeah, thank you
Mr.
very much.
President.
I cannot agree more with what Luis has said. I share the common feelings. Logistics is developing when there is a peace in the world. The only political view we have is we don't like political crisis. It is as simple as this, and we don't touch anything more than this. As regards to connectivity in all around the world, for various reasons and various experiences in the past, we have learned that we need all available transport modes, we need all available transport corridors in all around the world for the efficiency, for the resilience, for the continuity of the functioning of the logistics supply chains. Therefore, every new corridor in the world is very much supported by FIATA, but at the same time, we definitely insist that every existing corridor should function. We have seen some problems in the Suez Canal because of the accident of the Evergreen ship. There was interruption. Because of political reasons, now ships are rerouting themselves through different geographies. Due to, again, political reasons, the corridors between Far East and Europe is changing their direction. However, every new problem is bringing some more burden into economies in terms of increasing the costs and interrupting the flow of the goods. At the end of the day, who suffers the most is we all suffer. The consumers are suffering because the costs are increasing, prices are increasing, the expenses are increasing. Therefore, once again, we welcome every new corridor. I am very excited to visit Paraguay to understand, and hopefully we can be helpful for better establishment of the corridor from infrastructure point of view, as well as the regulations that would be used in that corridor. Same way, we are very excited to go and see Tanzania, to see the infrastructure. Her Excellency, Mrs. Ambassador, has mentioned the developments going on in the country and the potential to link the countries who do not have access to seas to go via Tanzania to the international trade. Therefore, the transshipments and corridors are of great importance for the supply chains and for the resilience of the global economy. Therefore, any new corridor, any new investment in transport is really very much exciting for us.
Will FIATA publish a dictionary, Swahili, Guarani dictionary, so that I can learn how you say free navigation for all in both Guarani and
We are a multinational organization. We have all the knowledge, all the experience. Whenever you need, we have someone to translate for you.
and the president of FIATA, he will learn Guarani with me.
Yeah. and we might maybe not publish dictionaries on Swahili and English or in trade, but we are working on a handbook on best practices on corridors, and this week we will have a lot of discussion about how we bring efficiency in corridors, digitalization, interconnectivity, and all the knowledge we will bring this week will also be integrated in this forthcoming publication on optimization of corridors management.
Okay, we have another question here, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Castiglione mentioned Mercosur as intergovernmental organizations for this new project, which is an intergovernmental, but it is not the unique in the region. I don't know if you are working with other intergovernmental organizations. I am thinking also with the intergovernmental organization in Africa, like COMESA, like Eastern African Community, but the duplicate innovation in Africa, but it cannot be because the navigation, it is largest, but it could be with Mozambique and Angola. Why not? But the dream, it have been succeed when the Suez Canal have been inaugurated. My question, it is more, yes, for those countries without access to the sea. And the FIATA is dealing with shipping and also road. You mentioned international at the beginning of the conference, the National Road Union, but it is not the unique organization I know on roads, but they're doing really roads or also, but others with railway. But I don't know because it's very important now and other process in the UN, like least development countries process, which is then Tanzania play important role with the neighborhood countries. Yes, if you can elaborate more, Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you very much for this. Indeed, we are a unique organization. We are representing all the transport modes that are air freight, sea freight, road freight, inland waterways, as well as one of our strongest side is the multimodal transportation. The other organizations are concentrated on one part of it, but on one transport mode, if you like road or rail or sea. But the beauty of the logistics chain, supply chain, is the integration of these available systems. For instance, think of a movement going from China to Europe. You take a container, you move it to a factory, load it by a truck, bring it to a rail station, ship onto a rail wagon, and then take it all the way through Caucasia to, say, for instance, to Turkey. Then you cross under the Bosphorus, then you arrive in Bulgaria, then you go to Europe, and then you do again a truck transportation for delivery. Or you can end the shipment in one of the ports in the region and then ship it by sea, short sea shipping to Europe or North Africa. So if you just, imagine the territory. So for this, you need to combine all transport modes. We represent all of them, therefore our importance in the system is really critical. The advantage we offer when it comes to the corridor management is exactly this arm of FIATA. In corridor management, you are most every time combining different transport into one. And it is represented with one bill of lading rather than multiple bill of ladings issued by different carriers. So a freight forwarder who is member to FIATA can issue an end-to-end bill of lading, which is multimodal FIATA bill of lading. So then with this advantage in hand, we are going to work together with our friends in their countries that we not only provide the efficient movement of the cargo in the chain, but we also provide efficient transfer of the data in the chain. Because every shipment has got critical transport and trade data, which should also be translated into the customs operations for either transit or for inbound or export clearance. Therefore, a freight forwarder that is represented by FIATA is eligible to undertake all these responsibilities, and FIATA at large are able to give advice to governments how a good functioning, well-operating transport corridor could be designed and managed.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. As our conclusion, these are today's key takeaways, starting today, closing on Thursday's FIATA Annual HQ meeting. The meeting theme is interconnecting logistics. The meeting brings together here in Geneva more than 250 industry leaders from over 50 territories and for more than 20 hours of engaging workshop sessions. And these session topics include at least 3 major themes, such as the crucial role of digitalization, sustainability as a key theme, with many participants discussing the importance of reducing the environmental footprint of logistics, but while, of course, maintaining efficiency, and regional infrastructure projects like this very important coming bioscenic corridor, which appear as vital enablers of trade and economic integration. What's next on FIATA agenda this year, as Director General Stéphane announced is in his opening statement. For the first time, FIATA will be hosting a regional field meeting in each FIATA region this year. So, save the date, ladies and gentlemen, for 4 field meetings, which will be in Tanzania, in Zanzibar, April 30th to May 1st, in Delhi, India, May 21st to May 24th, Brazil, in Sao Paulo, August 19th to 22nd, Prague in Czechia from September 3 to 4. And of course, save the date for FIATA annual World Congress meeting, which take place in Hanoi, Vietnam, beginning of October. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you for your attention online too, and a warm thank you to our very interesting and high-level panelists. Thank you.
Thank you. Which other sessions are media allowed to attend?
Sorry?
We'll see that with the press media contact. She'll come to you and let you know.